I don't know where it started breaking. It wasn't dramatic, nothing loud enough to notice. Just you, still being you, and me, slowly becoming someone who started paying too much attention to the way you exist. You don't choose who you notice, you just wake up one day already noticing too much. At first it was harmless. I told myself that part, carefully. Just noticing, just observing, nothing more. But then I started keeping track of the smallest things, without meaning to. The way you always tilt your head slightly when you're thinking, like the answer is somewhere just outside the room. The way your laugh comes before your eyes fully catch up with it. The way you pause, half a second, when I say something slightly too honest, like you're checking if I meant it, or if I'm just being me. And I started memorizing patterns I was never supposed to learn. Love, when it's one-sided, doesn't feel like falling. It feels like studying. Like when you're about to text me, there's this quiet predictability in it now, a rhythm I can almost feel before my phone lights up. And I hate that I've started waiting for it, like it means something it shouldn't. Because it doesn't. It can't, not in any way that helps me. But my brain doesn't care what should or shouldn't mean anything anymore. There are moments that feel like accidents on your side. They don't land like accidents on mine. Like the time you leaned over to look at something on my screen and didn't move back straight away. Like you were just there. Close enough that I could hear your breathing change when you laughed at something I showed you. Close enough that I stopped reading the thing entirely and just tried to act normal instead. Or when you said my name that one night, not even differently, just slower than usual, like you weren't in a rush to let it go. And I remember thinking, if you knew what that did to me, you'd never say it like that again. I've never lied to you. I've just never told you everything. But you don't know. You don't even look like someone who would ever think that deeply about the space between words. There's a specific kind of loneliness in loving someone who has no idea. And that's where it gets complicated, because I do. I overthink the silence after your messages. I replay the timing of your replies like there's a hidden pattern I'm close to decoding. I catch myself wondering if you stay in conversations with me longer than necessary, or if that's just what it feels like when I don't want you to leave. And I know how unfair that is, because you're not doing anything wrong, you're just present. And I turned presence into something else, without asking your permission. That's the part I keep circling back to. I don't know how to ask for honesty when I'm not ready for what shape it might take once it's said out loud. Nobody tells you that the hardest secrets to keep are the ones nobody's asking about. So I keep it where it is, half-formed, half-denied, carefully contained in all the moments where I almost say something and choose not to. Like when I'm sitting next to you and you shift closer without noticing, and I have to decide, in real time, whether I move away or pretend I don't feel the shift at all. Like when you tell me things you don't tell other people, and I have to act like it doesn't matter more than it should. Like when I realize I've started building a version of you in my head, one that only exists in the gaps between what you actually do and what I hope you might mean. Maybe that's the real betrayal, not loving you, inventing you. And the worst part is, I still don't know if I'm inventing all of it. If I'm just really good at turning normal into something I can't undo. So I keep it where it is, right at the edge of everything we say. One text away from ruining everything, one silence away from staying exactly like this forever. Right before it becomes something that would change how you look at me, when I'm not ready to see that change. Because some feelings don't want to be confessed, they just want to be kept, even if keeping them is its own quiet kind of ache. I think we all have one person we've loved and never said it. Not because we didn't mean it, but because saying it would end something we weren't ready to lose. And maybe that's the truest thing about loving someone in silence. You don't lose them by staying quiet. You just lose the version of you that almost said something.